There's a bold prediction circling the Lakers. And no, it's not about LeBron James, Bronny, or even DeAndre Ayton. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. It's about a quiet move that flew under the radar this offseason. A move that's now starting to get real attention from NBA insiders. The Lakers didn't go all out in free agency this summer. They didn't chase huge names. Instead, they played it smart, targeting specific weaknesses, building carefully around Luka Doncic and the pieces already in place. The big addition, of course, was DeAndre Ayton, finally giving the team a legitimate, above-average center after years of inconsistency in the paint. But then came the signing that raised some eyebrows. Jake Laravia, inked to a 2-year, $12 million deal. And now, it's starting to look like that might be one of the most underrated pickups of the offseason. So, who is Jake Laravia, and why are people suddenly talking about him? Let's break it down. Laravia is not a household name. He's not the kind of player who lights up highlight reels or fills stat sheets with triple-doubles. But he does one thing incredibly well, and that's shoot the basketball. And in today's NBA, shooting, especially from deep, is a premium skill. Just ask ESPN's Kevin Pelton, who recently highlighted Laravia's numbers in the F5 newsletter. According to Pelton, Laravia led all NBA players with at least 93-point attempts. Granted, he just barely cleared that bar, by shooting 46% on above-the-break threes last season. Yes, you heard that right. 46%, from one of the hardest spots on the floor to shoot from. Now, the big question is, can he get those same looks in Los Angeles? It's a valid concern. The Lakers now have more offensive weapons on the court, more ball-dominant players, and more mouths to feed. That means fewer open looks. But the Lakers coaching staff isn't blind to this. They know the value of corner spacing. They know how deadly a guy like Laravia can be when left alone in rhythm. And here's the thing, the Lakers desperately need shooters. Last season, they ranked near the bottom of the league in three-point percentage and attempts. Too many possessions ended with forced mid-range shots or clogged paint drives. They simply didn't have enough players to stretch the defense and open up the floor. Laravia checks that box. And that's exactly why the Lakers signed him, not to be a star, but to be a specialist. A role player. A sniper. The kind of guy who can quietly give you 9 or 10 points in a playoff game, all from timely catch-and-shoot moments. That's why this was a low-risk, high-reward move. Just $6 million per year for a player who could slide right into a much-needed role off the bench. Now here's where things get even more interesting. There are growing signs that the Lakers may have already moved on from Dalton Knecht, the rookie who was expected to compete for that same spot in the rotation. Whether due to performance, fit, or coaching decisions, the door seems wide open for Laravia to step in and seize that opportunity. And if he performs well early in the season, he could find himself playing big minutes when it matters most, especially as rotations tighten late in the year and during playoff runs. Let's not forget what he did last season. Split between the Kings and the Grizzlies, Laravia posted 6.9 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.4 assists per game. He shot 47.5% from the field and an elite 42.3% from three-point range. Those numbers may not jump off the page, but if you dig deeper, they show a player who knows his role, plays within his strengths, and contributes without disrupting the offense. And on a team led by LeBron and Luka Doncic, that's exactly what you want. A floor spacer who doesn't need the ball, doesn't demand touches, and just makes the shots when they come. It's also worth noting that Laravia is just 22 years old. He's entering the prime development stage of his career, and with the right system, right coaching, and the right role, he could blossom into something more than just a shooter off the bench. He's hungry. He's got a clear path to minutes. And the Lakers are watching closely. So while the headlines might continue to focus on LeBron's future, Bronny's rookie year, or Ayton's impact in the paint, don't be surprised if Jake Laravia quietly becomes one of the most important additions to this roster. Because in the playoffs, it's often the role players, not the superstars, who swing the outcome of games. And Laravia, he might just be that guy. Something strange is happening in LA. DeAndre Ayton is officially a Los Angeles Laker. But he says LeBron James still hasn't reached out to him. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic already did. Yes, before even fully settling in with the Lakers, Ayton heard from a star teammate. But not from the face of the franchise. Hasn't happened yet. I did get one from Luka. Ayton told reporters when asked if LeBron had welcomed him. That quote made headlines, and it's easy to see why. When someone joins a team, especially a former #1 pick like Ayton, it's typical for the leader of the locker room to send at least a text. But not this time. And that's just one layer of what's quickly becoming an odd offseason for the Lakers. Let's start with the big picture. DeAndre Ayton's arrival marks the first time since Anthony Davis was traded to Dallas that the Lakers have had a legitimate, above-average center on the roster. Yes, Jackson Hayes gave effort and hustle last season. He played his role well. But he was always more of a backup, a stopgap solution. Ayton, on the other hand, brings size, rebounding, rim protection, and playoff experience. He's a starter. He's the real deal. What's more, his connection to Luka Doncic runs deep. They entered the NBA in the same draft class. They're both represented by Bill Duffy. They've trained together. And apparently, they've stayed in touch. Luka took the initiative to reach out and welcome Ayton to LA. LeBron didn't. That silence is getting attention. Why? Because LeBron is usually the guy who sets the tone. He's known for welcoming teammates, posting Instagram stories, tweeting out, "Let's get it" messages, especially when a new piece arrives to help the team. But this time, nothing. Now here's where it gets more intriguing. LeBron opted in to his $52 million player option earlier this offseason. That was a big move. But what happened next was strange. The Lakers didn't even put out a press release. No official post. No quote. No highlight video. Not even a "he's back" tweet. That's not normal. We're talking about the most important player on the roster. The biggest name in the sport. And they stayed quiet. The only public statement came from Rich Paul, LeBron's agent. And that message, it had a tone. LeBron wants to compete for a championship. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. Paul continued, "We've appreciated our partnership with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka over the past 8 years. The Lakers are a major part of LeBron's career. But now, we want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage. He wants every season he has left to count. And the Lakers understand that, are supportive, and want what's best for him." That doesn't sound like someone 100% committed to the current plan. It sounds like someone keeping their options open. Now let's go back to Ayton. Why would LeBron not reach out? Why break from his own tradition? It's not like Ayton is just another bench piece. He's expected to be a major contributor. He fills a position of need. He's someone that could actually help LeBron win, assuming that's still the goal. So why the silence? Is it possible LeBron is mentally checked out? Is he looking around the league, wondering if a different roster gives him a better shot at championship #5? Because right now, the Lakers are not title favorites. Even with Ayton, they've got holes. They're in a competitive Western Conference, stacked with teams like Denver, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, and of course, the defending champion Celtics out east. And while LeBron is still breaking records, time is running out. Just take this stat. Most points scored by a player in their 21st and 22nd NBA seasons, combined. 3,532, LeBron James. 1,528, everyone else. Combined. Let that sink in. He's more than doubled the rest of NBA history in that category. LeBron isn't just still active, he's still dominant. But dominance without a title chase? That's not what he came to LA for. So what happens now? Will LeBron finally send that message to Ayton and get locked in with a new squad? Or is his silence a sign of something bigger? Maybe it's pressure on the front office. Maybe it's frustration. Or maybe he's just waiting to make his next move. One thing's for sure, he's been quiet all summer. And when LeBron James goes quiet, there's always a reason. So keep your eyes on this situation. Because even though the roster is coming together, the biggest question remains. Is LeBron James truly all in with the Lakers? Or is he already thinking about what comes next? A massive NBA trade proposal has just set social media on fire, and it's one that no Lakers fan saw coming. We're talking about LeBron James and Bronny James possibly heading to the Denver Nuggets, in what would be one of the most shocking trades in recent memory. The idea alone is enough to send shockwaves across the league. But could it actually happen? Let's break this down, because it all starts with uncertainty. There's been growing speculation surrounding LeBron James ever since his longtime agent and close friend, Rich Paul, made a bizarre public statement. Instead of shutting down rumors, the statement sparked even more questions. It had a strange tone, as if it was sending a message, maybe not just to the media, but directly to the Lakers' front office. Some fans believe it was LeBron's way of reminding the organization, "I still control the narrative." We all know one thing about LeBron James: he's not here for rebuilds. He's not here for developing young talent. He's in ring-chasing mode. LeBron wants championship number 5, and he knows he has limited time to get it. And that's what makes this trade scenario so fascinating. According to Bleacher Report, there's a hypothetical deal on the table that would send LeBron and Bronny to the Denver Nuggets, while the Lakers would receive Jamal Murray, Darren Holmes II, Peyton Watson, and a 2028 first-round pick swap. On paper, it sounds like a blockbuster. A league-altering move. But is it a good deal for either side? Let's start with the Lakers. The centerpiece of the return is clearly Jamal Murray. He's a proven playoff performer, a sharpshooter, and the second-best player on the defending champions. He has championship experience and knows how to play under pressure. But here's the catch: the Lakers already have Luka Doncic. In this alternate scenario, the team is clearly building around the young Slovenian superstar. And while Doncic is one of the most gifted offensive players in the league, he's also extremely ball-dominant. So is Murray. Having both of them on the court, that's tricky. Both need the ball in their hands to be effective. Neither thrives playing off the ball. It creates a redundancy that doesn't exactly scream perfect fit. Now, let's talk about LeBron's side of things. Would LeBron James ever agree to a trade to Denver? Under one condition: Nikola Jokic stays. That's non-negotiable. LeBron is too smart, too strategic to go to a team in the West unless there's a clear path to the finals. Jokic is that path. And that's why Murray has to be included in the deal. Denver won't even think about trading Jokic. He's untouchable. So if they want LeBron, they'd have to give up their second star. It's a steep price, but think about it: LeBron and Jokic on the same team? That duo could break the league. From Denver's perspective, it makes a lot of sense. They'd be adding the most intelligent basketball mind of this generation. LeBron, even at 39, still draws double teams, still controls tempo, and still elevates the players around him. Pairing that with Jokic's passing and versatility, it's almost unfair. Plus, the Nuggets would also be getting Bronny James, a young talent who may not be ready to contribute right away but comes with sky-high upside and, let's be real, the media spotlight. That's part of the LeBron package. So what's the downside? Well, for the Lakers, this deal doesn't feel right. You're giving up the face of your franchise, a player who still draws millions of eyeballs and sells out arenas, and you're not getting a great long-term fit in return. If the Lakers are going to part ways with LeBron and Bronny, who brings his own brand power, they need more than what this package offers. Murray is great, but he overlaps with Doncic. Peyton Watson and Darren Holmes too are promising, but unproven. And the 2028 pick swap? That's too far out to bring real value in the present. More importantly, there's no real indication that LeBron wants out. Despite all the cryptic comments, LeBron has given no clear signs that he's unhappy in LA. He's built a life in Los Angeles. His family is there. His businesses are there. Bronny just got drafted by the Lakers. LeBron's whole plan was to one day share the court with his son, and now it's happening. Why walk away now? Some insiders believe this entire narrative is a pressure tactic. That LeBron is just reminding the Lakers front office, don't waste my final years. Make bold moves. Build a roster that can win now. He's done this before. He knows how to manipulate the media to get what he wants, and it usually works. So, will this trade happen? Highly unlikely. The Lakers aren't actively shopping LeBron. And unless he demands a trade and chooses Denver, there's no reason for this to go further than just speculation. But make no mistake, the Lakers are on the clock. LeBron James doesn't have time to waste. If the front office doesn't make moves this offseason, the pressure will only grow. And as we all know, when LeBron applies pressure, teams listen.